Ariana Grande is back with her own new solo music way quicker than any of us could have expected. Ariana famously released her 4th and 5th album Sweetener and Thank You Next within 6 months of each other. And both of those albums were massive eras within her career. Sweetener was a dive into a more experimental pop sound for the then ultimate pop-friendly star. Sweetener also earned her her first Grammy and received widespread acclaim. Thank You Next was the era that solidified Ariana as a pop icon. Thank You Next took on a life of its own, becoming a phrase endured by many. The album itself is also noted for being a direct reflection of Ariana's personal troubled life during that time, and a major leap in her music when it comes to her vulnerability. It's raw, honest pop, and achieved major success as well. She was praised for being able to deliver really good albums in such a short amount of time. I personally feel like those albums helped define Ariana's artistry, and both stand as some of her most straightforward and mature content today. Now, after the success of those two albums and wrapping up a tour, she did decide to take some time off, which is completely normal. However, she wasn't completely inactive. In fact, she released 2 #1 singles while on her solo music hiatus. A quarantine-themed ballad alongside Justin Bieber titled Stuck With You, which was stripped down and helped showcase Ariana's amazing vocal ability. Rain on Me alongside Lady Gaga was her second #1 hit in 2020 that debuted at the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. It's an energetic house pop track that is reminiscent of a lot of 90s dance pop. It's my personal favorite from both artists out of all the songs they've released this year so far. It has a great music video that recalls a lot of the 80s divas music videos. It's been a while since there has been a great pop female collaboration, and I think Rain on Me delivered in every aspect. Gaga and Grande's vocals complement each other well, and it can also be seen as a reflective song for both artists within their personal lives. It was an unlikely collaboration, but it worked so well. Leading up to the announcement of Ariana's return to music, there was talk in the media about her 6th album being finished. Taylor Parks, a frequent collaborator of Grande's, told Insider about the new album saying, "We just kind of let it happen naturally, the same way as the last album," Parks added. "I think she has to tell you more about the album herself, but I can tell you she's made yet again another evolution. We're just going to get to know her even more this time around, which I'm really excited for the world to see. I'm excited for her to tell you guys just more about where her head was at with this project, because it is truly incredible. Honestly, and I can't wait for the world to hear it." Seeing that Sweetener and Thank You Next were progressions for Ariana, I'm definitely eager to hear the new album and how she's evolving as an artist. The lead single and title track of her upcoming album Positions was released recently, and it gives us a hint of what's to come with her new album. Now, there was a little backlash from some of her fans about the direction of this album, supposedly being more sexually charged, but Ariana has made mature content prior to this album. Just to list a few songs: Love Me Harder, Dangerous Woman, Makeup, God Is a Woman, and she's also dropped tons of sexually charged lyrics throughout her career. Ariana is a grown woman. She's bared her personal life and issues, and being an adult, I wouldn't expect her to not embrace her sexuality as well. It's just a natural progression for her in my eyes. With that being said, Positions isn't overtly sexual or vulgar. The title is pretty straightforward, and it doesn't stray away from that subject matter. My personal opinion on it is it's a little underwhelming, especially for a lead single. Ariana has had multiple great lead singles: The Way, Problem, Dangerous Woman, No Tears Left to Cry, and most recently Thank You Next, which became a movement of its own. And I think Positions is the weakest song out of that bunch. Some people may say it's unfair to compare it to her past work. Just look at it as a standalone single, and I have looked at it from that angle as well, and it's still underwhelming to me. It's not a bad song, but feels more like an album track. The songs of this song is just general pop-flavored R&B, and in the music video she looks stunning. She portrays a woman in power. But there's nothing about this track that particularly stood out to me. Hopefully that album delivers. We will see next week. Till then, tell me what you think about Positions down below.